Welcome back to another video on my channel. I sound like every other YouTuber intro. I am building in Henford on Bagley today, and I'm pretty sure it is a no limit pack build. So any pack that I have, I probably used it. Like, I tried not to mainly use packs other than, I've forgotten the Henford on Bagley pack's name again. I tried to use mainly base game other than that. But then there were some pretty chairs, swatches, whatever things that popped up. And I may have used them. So, not that well, I could upload this on the gallery if anybody wants it, but probably not going to. This build is cute. I don't know that I really managed to match it to what's around it. I sort of tried by using the appropriate swatches from the pack, but I don't know that I really succeeded. I also, as you can see here, split the build into the left side that I'm imagining maybe was a sort of older build and not necessarily a house. And then the right side that I'm imagining is a later add-on. I don't know that it really makes a whole lot of sense for how it turned out in the end. But it sure does look like that. I split the roof into two different sections. I split the colors on the outside into two different sections. I don't know that it really makes sense. I mean, maybe if it was really old, maybe they would have had a kitchen in what turns out now is the sort of guest room or study. I don't know how that really would have worked. But maybe it could have pre-plumbing and things. But anyway, I don't know why I have an obsession with splitting buildings like this. I even colored the roof differently on the left versus the right. Oh well. I think the build turns out looking okay. None of the outside or inside is really super cohesive. Like, I feel like watching other people build, they often seem to have more of an idea of what things work together or don't. And I guess I don't have that idea quite yet because I'm very new to building with all these packs and objects, and even the base game, I have no idea what all exists. So I'll find a fancy thing that I like these blue windows, and all of a sudden I'm putting blue windows everywhere. Or are they green? They might be green. But anyway, that's how those came about. And I don't... Oh no, I didn't. I didn't put I didn't put blue windows or green windows on that other sort of later add-on build. I put white windows there. Because, you know, it would make sense to have different windows if the parts of the building were different ages, that they would not have consistent windows on them as well. And I'm just noticing now that that building in front here has those same blue windows, just in a different color. So that's, I guess that's what happens when you have a build like this and you use the items from the pack. The environment sort of matches. But that would make sense too. Like, pretend like this is real life. Somebody was, like, a craftsman was making these windows, so they were probably selling them to a bunch of different people that were building houses at the same time. I think this is the part where I sized down a bunch of bushes, and I eventually had to turn on move objects. Yeah, there it is. Because I wanted them to get closer to the house. And some of them do clip inside. And it bothers me a little bit, but it's not too bad. It looks cute from the outside, I think, to have sort of close vegetation to the house. It kind of looks, I don't know, realistic maybe? Although in real life you probably would want some space there between there. I tried to put these trees, shrubs into the potted plant vessels, but ended up deciding against it, and I put some flowers in there that look more intentional to me and also more realistic, because that's really more of a shrub or a bush. I don't think that should grow in a pot. So I put them on the other side, just sort of as a bit of a visual divide. And I'm also just realizing I don't think I put any shutters, blinds, curtains, or anything. So this house is not for privacy. If you're a very private person, maybe don't move here. Or put some curtains up after you move. This, I thought, was a pretty good idea that I had. I put some shelves for the inside, actually on the outside, to make a little roof detail there. Just because I thought the house looked really bland. Like, I didn't know what it needed. Apparently it needed a milk pail. Which, I mean, living in Henford on Bagley, the likelihood of somebody having a cow and maybe carrying milk out to your house, or you know, using the milk pail to give you milk, sell you milk, is not that small. That might happen in Henford on Bagley, I think. So I was kind of imagining that it would be a painted milk pail like they used to have earlier on in time when this was more of a commonplace thing. They would have super pretty, or now actually they had the milk pails in the past, and now they have the super pretty painted milk pails. So this I don't think is supposed to be outside. I think these are potted plants for the inside. But I kind of thought it like added something to the house. It made the outside look a little bit more decorated. It kind of just bothered me that it was very empty. For the inside, for the flooring on the inside, I chose darker colors because I think that's sort of consistent with an older building. I don't know that you would necessarily change the floors, but you might change like the walls, paint them or put different paneling or whatever. I guess, I mean, they all look pretty modern, and also I chose the darkest wood for the newer addition to the build. So maybe what I was thinking didn't quite work out, but I liked the color scheme of the walls and floors that I came up with. I thought that was pretty cute. I picked sort of color schemes for each room. I don't know that they necessarily are super consistent, but I tried. And then I put an arch in the kitchen living room area, and also the living room hallway transition I think gets an arch, because I thought maybe if they were adding a new part to the building, they would have added arches to make it more open plan adjacent and nice. So clearly here I picked green for the bathroom color. It's a little much. I think it ends up being a little much. Yeah, I put everything green. I'm pretty sure I changed the rug. That was not quite a matching color of green. I think the counters and the shower don't really look perfect together. The towel matches the shower really well, but the counter is a little bit lighter green. And then here I kind of regret putting things on all three tiles of the rack. I feel like in real life maybe you would have one empty, or maybe you would have it fully cluttered. I don't know your life, but I feel like maybe it's not the most. I had some regrets about that. Let's just say that. And then the counters, the kitchen counters, I really struggled with. I did not know what I was trying to do. I didn't know if I was trying to go for really modern or older. Ended up just going with this color, sort of, for like the windows match that brown color. And I realized that the windows are in a terrible spot. I had 3, realized I had to put a stove, so I probably wanted to get rid of one. But then the stove still ends up under the window, so that didn't work out. And also I realized there was not a door to the patio. The whole kitchen's also very creamy colored. If you see the fridge, the trash can, the counters are kind of creamy. Then I put that little table there, kind of imagining they could put stuff down, because you always need somewhere to put stuff down. And tried to kind of clutter it up a little bit. I didn't put upper cabinets, though, because I did not make this a medium wall height build. It's a short wall height build, and no upper cabinets would fit there with the windows where they are. So this is how it turned out. And I found that little corner shelf that you can see up in the top left there of the living room that I really wanted to incorporate. So I put that down just as a placeholder. I went with these cream couches. They're very light. I don't know if I love, I don't know that they really blend in with the living room. But I felt like because the floors are so dark, and maybe this is exactly the downfall of most people, the floors are so dark, so I wanted something lighter in there. And I guess the kitchen is the same idea, right? The cream colored fridge like that. It looks okay. It doesn't look the most cohesive ever, I don't think. But I'm also kind of proud of myself for putting that couch the way that it is at sort of an angle there. Because you probably would want 2 couches, and I think it's pretty realistic to have one sort of turned a little bit. You know, it might organically move as people brush by or brush or don't rush. You know, it might just organically move that way. And then again, I just put that plant down because I wanted to keep it and not forget about it. And I thought, the TV's really small. That was an intentional choice. Maybe these people are just bookworms, so I put some books down. I wanted to put a bookcase, and I did end up finding one that matches okay. Well, I don't know. It's the wood colors, they're all different. I think that's okay though, because like in real life, it's not like you go to a store, at least I don't go to a store and I buy all my pieces of furniture at the same time so they match exactly in terms of wood tones. That's not how I live my life. I'm sure probably some people do. But I think this looks realistic, lived in. Little entryway area. I wanted to put a shoe rack and a closet rail, but I also for some reason wanted to put this bench. I guess I just wanted somewhere for you to sit when you put your shoes on. So this is a little bit cramped. And maybe the bench, you know, could be an inside-outside bench. You could put it outside in the summer if you wanted and then put it inside in the winter. Picked up some art here. I wanted to put family portraits sort of on the living room wall, but I don't know how to do that. So that art gallery there looked cool to me, so I put it there. And I can pretend that maybe it's you could switch it out for family pictures if you wanted to. Same idea with the rug again. I wanted something light to brighten up the space. It's very contrasty though, so I am not the biggest fan. Maybe the couch is a mistake. And here we are moving on to the study / spare bedroom. Here I struggled a little bit picking out a bed. You can see the tiny living stuff came out, but I don't think I ended up choosing... I don't know what pack this is from. It's very cute. I don't know that it necessarily is the perfect color for the wallpaper, which the wallpaper is so adorable, but maybe it's like a child's wallpaper and then they grew up so they needed a bigger bed, but they didn't want to repaint the room. So they just worked with it. Same with the closet. It doesn't match anything in the room. It's like very incohesive with anything. Like the window, the wall colors, the bed sheets. It's not matching at all. Which is, on the one hand, I'm kind of sad about, but also maybe realistic. I gave him a desk as well. And some books, the future cube, and a computer. There we go. Just for some workspace, so anybody in the family, if the child doesn't live there anymore, which I don't feel like they would, can use the spare room as a computer room or a study. And then here I fall into the same sort of trap, if you want to call it that, of this time using all the same wood color to a fault. Like every piece of furniture is that very red wood color. which is okay. I guess maybe all the other rooms were incohesive, so they were like, this is the master bedroom. This is going to be all perfectly matched to each other. All the colors are the same. Moving on to the outside, just a little patio area. Probably, I feel like 2 Sims live here, probably 2 adults. Maybe they had a kid at one point. Maybe they moved out. Maybe they still live there. That's probably the kind of person that I'm going to make for this build. Mostly randomized, but I'll make them. So they can be in my Let's Play. The outside same as in the front of the building. I just kind of felt like it was very empty, but I didn't know what to put. So I spent a lot of time going through the catalog, scrolling, but not really finding much. I think this is how the outside ends up. Yeah, that's how the outside ends up. It's not super detailed, I think. It's okay. It's okay. I don't know what else I could have done, honestly, other than change the shape up. Although I'm pretty proud of myself for not just putting a box. Like, it is an intentional shape with, like, an idea behind it. So it's cool. I like it in theory. I'm sure it could be improved upon, but I'm pretty cool with how this turned out and how this looks. I think I could have put chickens in the top left corner there in the backyard. That probably would have been on brand, but I did not. You can always do that if you wanted to download it, if you want me to put it on the gallery. Again, with the saucer lights, sorry about that. I don't super care about lighting. I mean, I do. I want it to look nice, but the saucer lights do the job. So maybe one day I'll have to go through the catalog and look at all the pretty lights. But for now, this is what you get. Nice little walkthrough. The living room with its contrasty furniture. I don't think it looks bad. I really honestly don't think it looks that bad. That little triangle corner shelf thing is a little odd because it does not match the color of the thing right next to it. But again, that's probably realistic. So, thank you for watching. Thank you for bearing with my chaoticness. I'm kind of happy with this. It's pretty cluttered and pretty filled up with stuff, which I have not in the past always done. So yeah, thank you for watching. Have a wonderful day.